Hello everyone, I'm Ella and welcome to the first stage of the Natural Ink Making Workshop, and I can't wait to meet you all next week. I just have a couple of things to go over first of all with you all, so you're prepared for the actual workshop that will be taking part together. So if you could stick with me and watch this short video and have some fun with the task I'm going to set you all, that would be amazing. So first things first, you need to go foraging for the inks that you're going to make. Obviously it would have been lovely for us to do this all together, but with the world's current situation we'll have to do this by ourselves. So this is just a short intro on what you're looking for and perhaps where you're going to go. When I go foraging, I have a little checklist of things I take with me. So just to go over what you can take, a trusty pair of waterproof walking shoes, a waterproof coat, a good rucksack to pop everything into, some gardening gloves, a trowel and shears or something similar, and something to put my foraged items into. Now this is when all those saved takeaway containers come in handy. Then things I need to have ready for the workshop. So not everything is in this picture, but you will need the foraged items that you will be looking for. Some pans for simmering your foraged goods into. If you have old pans, then great, but don't worry, I don't, so I just make use of what I've got. Lots of jars for your inks to go into, scraps of fabric or coffee filters, and this is to strain your inks to filter them. You'll need a fresh piece for each ink. Some salt, some white wine vinegar. This isn't essential, however you can play around with the pH of the inks and it can change the colour, make it more powerful, etc. So you can pick this up for around 80p from a supermarket. Some wooden spoons for stirring the inks, and if you have a potato masher that can also be useful. Some gum arabic. Now you don't need this straight away, and if you can get hold of some before the workshop then great, but honestly don't worry if you can't, because you can always add this in after you've made the inks. You can order this from an art shop, or you can order it, I always order it through my Amazon Prime account, and it's the Gum Arabic watercolour one. Alright? A jug is handy to pour your inks from the saucepan into the jars, and a paintbrush as well to test your colours. I've got a worksheet that I'll email over to you guys, and you can print that out and work into it for a guide for you to test the colours. So before you venture out to forage for your items, a few tips that I take into consideration beforehand. I always keep my eyes open for the inks, for anything colourful, especially in the winter months as everything seems rather brown and green. I always look high and low for something unexpected, and be careful not to pick anything poisonous. I constantly have my phone on me as well, just googling things if I'm not 100% certain. And don't be too precious, this is an experiment, so just, if I find a beautiful vibrant leaf, I usually sort of break a bit off, rub a bit on my hand, and if a bit of pigment comes off then amazing, and I pick a tub full of that. Also just be open-minded about what you can create with these beautiful pigments around you. If you see some rusty nails, copper, iron, just pick it up. This can be added to other pigments and it will change the colours. Think tree bark, oak, it doesn't have to be plant-based at all. So everyone's in a different location. Luckily this place is a 5-minute walk down the road from my house. As you can see, it's a huge open space with loads of trees and foliage. A good starting place to forage. At first glance you may think that everything is looking very similar and you might struggle to gather items to make into inks, but natural pigments really are all around you. If you're struggling, some of you may be in more urban areas, so just stand still, give yourself a 1 metre space around you and really look at every bit of detail around you and look closely at what you can take with these natural pigments. And this is exactly what I'm doing here. So, where I'm standing here, I could dig up some of the soil that I'm standing on, as there are old dry leaves as well. And there are these lovely vibrant green ivy leaves, which I haven't yet tried, but I'm sure that'll give me some small amount of pigment. Now, where I'm standing, there are some nettles as well, which, there they are. They do give you a very faint yellow colour, so they're fantastic. There's a little bit of bark too, and I'm sure that would give you some pigment as well. And there's those green ivy leaves, they're so rich in colour, I'm sure that would give you something. And there's these really rich in colour red and green small leaves, really vibrant. Now above my head there's these purple berries. And above those are oak balls. There they are. Which creates a really rich brown ink. And I've never come across those before, but I've always been trying to keep an eye out. So that's a really good find. So just in that 1 metre area, there was so much I could collect. Now I was really determined to get those oak balls off. So if you're struggling, that's just a really good tip. Just stand still and just take in what's around you. Any colourful flowers that you find or any berries you find, collect enough that you at least fill the base of your saucepan. With berries, if you open one up and it's white inside, it will give you a really faint colour, but it will still work and it's just fun to play around with. If you have any questions, drop me an email at ella.brett, that's BRETT, at falmouth.ac.uk, and I'll try and get back to you as quickly as possible before the workshop takes place. As long as you collect enough of that specific item, then you're going to be good to go. Regarding how many things you want to forage, that is entirely up to you. I usually have about 3 pounds on the hob at the same time, and then go through them all separately, but you can do 2 items or 10. It depends how into this you want to go. Bring them back and keep them to one side, all ready for the workshop, everything that you've foraged, okay? So I really can't wait to meet you all and have fun foraging. Pop some music on your headphones or listen to the birds and enjoy that fresh air, okay? See you all next week. Take care.